Colin, can you get away from the camera, please?
Sorry. My name's Colin Baker. I'm 18 years old and I can read minds.
Colin Baker lives at home with his mother Sheilagh in a small town in rural England. As a result of the overwhelming attention drawn to Colin's condition, his family have asked that the exact location of their home remain private.
I first noticed something about Colin, probably when he was about 3 years old. It was Christmas 2001 and Colin had been going on and on and on about wanting this new electronic train set. Well, I can't remember the exact name of it. Back then I was a stay-at-home mum and Colin's dad had already lost his job, so he was struggling financially. As much as it hurt, we knew we'd never be able to afford that train he wanted. It got to Christmas Day, and as soon as Colin went downstairs, we knew immediately something was wrong. I can barely put into words the look on his face. I'd never seen him so angry before. I kept smiling and brushed it off, thinking he's probably just tired. He's probably just in a mood. You know how kids can be. But it was right then, right before he even opened his presents, he lost it. We have the entire thing on tape, and even to this day it still shocks me to watch. When he calmed down, I grabbed Colin and said, "What the f*** think you're playing at? The f*** you think you are?" And when he finally stopped crying, he explained. "Mummy, I wanted the train," he said. "I wanted the train and I knew he didn't get me it." Of course I said, "How do you know? You haven't even opened them." "I could hear you, Mummy." "Sorry."
The source of Colin's extraordinary powers has baffled communities of scientists and medical professionals alike, with experts admitting that despite 18 years of research, next to no advancements have been made in the search for a cause or a cure.
I've always worried a lot about Colin. Ever since he was young, he struggled making friends. Having your thoughts read, it's fun as a gimmick, but nobody wants it 24/7. Everyone needs their privacy, and although it doesn't seem to bother him right now, I worry one day he'll be lonely.
Having cared for Colin for 18 years, Sheilagh knows firsthand the struggle of maintaining a relationship with telepathy in the equation.
Colin's father, Nick, left without a trace, not far off 16 years ago now. Colin's condition became overwhelming for him, he just couldn't cope. Let's just say there are certain thoughts that a husband and wife would like to keep private from their son, if you know what I mean.
Despite the negative impact Colin's condition has had on his family, 18 years in, Colin still shows no desire for treatment, continuing to relish the seemingly limitless perks of his global stardom.
I mean, what's not to love, you know? I've met the Queen, JFK, Thanos, even Kanye West. If it wasn't for my telepathy, I wouldn't have done any of this. You know, some people even think I'm a god.
Do you consider yourself a god?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, I've always considered myself more of a human with godly powers than a god, you know? That's not me being up myself, it's just straight facts, you know? Yeah. How many people do you know that can read minds?
Despite his modesty, over the last year, Colin has been putting his telepathic powers to very good use. In his free time, Colin has worked closely alongside the police to help track down some of the world's most dangerous criminals.
Go take this off. Colin is nothing short of remarkable, really. His contribution to the police force over the past year has been absolutely outstanding. With his help, we've captured countless criminals, from murderers to paedophiles to drug dealers. Without Colin, they'd all be walking the streets. Without a doubt, Colin's most successful case to date was that of the notorious Mad Hatter. Name a crime and he's guilty. The guy's an absolute psychopath. He's got links to the mafia, human trafficking, the drug trade, you name it. For years, nobody could find him. Not even a trace. Not the FBI, not the CIA. No one. You know how long it took Colin? 4 days. And obviously, there are the smaller cases too. For example, the Bin Laden raid, the collapse of ISIS, you know, all huge success stories, I'm sure. But you want to know the best thing? I barely have to lift my finger. Cup of tea?
Hello. Inside.
Since we last met 2 years ago, Colin has moved out of his mother's house and into a home of his own.
Oh, thank you.
He now lives in the south of Wales with his wife-to-be Sandra and their pet dog Snuggles.
Oh god.
Come on! Hey!
Exercising in early retirement, Colin hopes to spend the rest of his days outside of the spotlight.
Yeah, as soon as I met Sandra, everything changed really. I realised the police sieges, the fame, the money, none of it really mattered to me. All I needed was love. You know, I get a lot of people asking me, do I think I'm wasting my powers? They're like, no, absolutely not. You know, I've done my part. I think it's time to focus on me now. Besides, I still have the uses. For one, I know when Snuffles say needs a poo.
Isn't that right, Snuffles?
Speaking of which, I think we'd better get you out.
Go on.
Yeah, everything's just fallen into place really. We couldn't be happier, could we, Sandra?
Yeah, has been a while, hasn't it?
Colin! It's not what it looks like at all.
Sandra, you bitch!
Yo, what the fuck?
You want some too, pretty boy?
Come on, man. What are you doing?
Come on, Snuffles. Let's go home.